Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Misfits. It is Saturday night, so you know what that means. It's time for a little craziness. Hope everybody's having a great night. We are going to have a good show for you tonight, and I'd like to welcome everybody from WDJY in Atlanta, and then we have a new one, which is 107.1 RFN in Nashville, so welcome to them too as well. And we also have Pacifica Community Television in New Mexico, which is on Comcast channel, I'm gonna wait for it to come on, 26 and 27. And of course, we can never forget about the one that got us all started to this Guyz Radio, which you can go to guyzradio.com and listen to us as well. And we're available in Washington, D.C. on Fairfax Radio and Radio Fairfax channel 37, which is Comcast Cable Xfinity, I think. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot. KUVO 89.3, 92.9 in Denver as well. So, we've got quite a following. So, the phone lines are up. The chat is open. And let's see. Well, the chat's already open. The phone lines are up. What else is going on? Let's put the phone line up so everybody can see it. It's 1-888-88-YERGZ. It's 1-888-88-YERGZ. Call in if you have any questions, comments, queries, whatever. I don't know. Let's see who I got hiding backstage. Oh, I have the new girl. I have Miss Shay. How are you, Shay?
I am fabulous. How are you?
Hello. And someone, Facebook user, says they heard the plug because they put in If You're Two Dads on WDJY. Hello from the home station. Well, hello, WDJY. Thank you for tuning in. So you're doing good tonight, Shay? I love your glasses.
Yes, thank you. I was feeling festive.
Feeling festive? Well, didn't drink too much green beer today?
Not today.
Oh.
Got the time, though. No. I had to work today.
Yeah. Oh, well, never mind. It's Guyz. It's not WDJY. So it's Guyz Radio. I can't keep up with all my fans. Yeah, I heard in Savannah today during the parade downtown, they turned the river green in Savannah, and apparently they had too many people overheated and drunk and passing out. And so I was like, it's a little early for that.
It's that's just what the water naturally looks like here.
We saw Potomac whitefish in DC. Oh, there's Potomac whitefish floating. So, yeah, I think some of our crew is out sick tonight. I know last night on the Green Guardian gang, I had a couple sick people. So it's cold and flu's going around. I'm still fighting it to try and get over it. So.
It'll last a little while for me. Usually it's more allergies than anything. It'll be some days I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then, okay, I need 3 Benadryl.
Oh, I've maxed out on Sudafed. I have decided that I'm going to take it up to where my blood pressure gets up, and then I'll take some blood pressure medicine, and I'll be all right. That's how you paramedic yourself.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just like, I gotta hit my Benadryl at the right time, and then it gets about 10, and I'm just like,
Wait till you get older.
Until the alarm goes off at 6.
That happens naturally. So Hello, Wendell. Prospecting USA. Wendell is here. Welcome. Wendell, and just so you know, this show does roll over into a podcast. That's why there's no video with it. It's just audio. So it does roll over into that tomorrow. So you won't see our pretty smiling faces, or you won't see Shane's pretty smiling face. You can always see mine. So I think Andy said he was running late, and I think JT and Sonya were running a little late too. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna have to put you in charge of herding these cats. Sportcat ain't doing the job.
Come on, children. Well, I'm the child, but you know, whatever.
You're probably the youngest one on the cast, to be honest with you.
I just turned 28 in January.
Oh my God, you're a geezer. You got underwear older than that. I probably do. That's scary.
I'm the baby everywhere, so they come to me for everything at work. Well, you're the young brain. And I'm like, well, just because I'm the young brain doesn't mean nothing.
Well, you still got enough brain cells left. You didn't kill them like all us old people.
With my anti-seizure medication, I promise nothing.
Great. So if I see you just fall over, and I'll know what to do. So
no, if you just see me just like, then it's gonna be. Hold on. I've got some quite interesting stories for us tonight.
Yeah, I was scrolling through Reddit earlier, and I saw some stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this is unique." Yeah. Reddit is kind of like I don't even know the proper word to describe it. It's just a unique place. Yeah.
What initially got me interested was I like there are videos that are on Facebook where it's just like I'm pretty sure it's probably AI generated, but it's like a monotone British voice that is reading different stories from Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some crazy ones of people's stories of like the craziest or nastiest stuff that they've seen, like in a hospital, or why are you just now coming in for this, and different crazy stuff like that. And then I was like, yeah, I gotta start reading some of this.
There's some weird ones, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you find?
So this one did not end how I anticipated it to, but I found it quite amusing. And this is under r/TIFU. Today I fudged up. So it's today I fudged up by getting banned from McDonald's. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's
so
good for you.
For the past few months, I've been taking advantage of a promotional deal through the McDonald's app where one can snag their breakfast sandwich for a mere $1.50, a significant markdown from its usual price of $4.89. A steal, right? These deals, as many of you might know, are often used as loss leaders by companies to draw customers in, with the hopes that they'll purchase additional items at regular prices. However, my transactions with McDonald's were purely transactional. I was there for the deal and nothing else. My order history was a monotonous stream of $1.50 breakfast sandwiches and nothing more. To me, it was a way of maximizing value from a company that surely wouldn't miss a few dollars here and there, especially given their billion-dollar revenues. But it seems my frugal tactics caught the eye of the McDonald's account review team. This morning, as I attempted to log in and claim my daily dose of discounted breakfast, I was met with a message that struck me as both absurd and slightly flattering. My account had been banned for abusing their promotional deals. At first, I thought it was a mistake. How could taking advantage of a deal they offered be considered abuse? It's not as if I'd hacked the system or used illicit means to claim the offer. It was there in the app available for anyone to use. Yet here I am, cast out from the Golden Arch's digital embrace, all because, hold on, I gotta, all because I relished their deal a bit too enthusiastically. What puzzles me is the precedent this sends. Where do we draw the line between making the most of a promotional offer and abusing it? If a company offers a deal, should there not be an expectation that customers will, in fact, use it? And if that usage is deemed too frequent, does that not reflect a flaw in the promotional strategy rather than customer misconduct?
Customer misconduct. I thought the customer is always right.
First comment was just make a new email, dude. Boom, new account.
That's probably true. Let's get your IP.
Yeah, but I was just like, okay, because I'm just thinking. We use the app all the time too until it started being really faulty around here, and I'm like, shoot, every time I would get something, I'd be like, well, let's see what I want from the promotional list.
Yeah, I didn't realize that that was that was an issue.
That was an issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess considering they had to give away millions of dollars because they spilled hot coffee on a customer, I guess that they have to somehow make up for their pennies.
Yeah. And a very short one that I guess was just a screenshot. It was a screenshot of a post in r/no-stupid-questions that somebody had then posted in r/oddly-specific. And so the screenshot is it attempted murder if the attempt consisted of superstitious rituals? Say if someone tries to summon a demon to kill their ex, would it be legally attempted murder? And then in r/oddly-specific, they said, why you need to know, OP? What have you been up to?
Yeah, I think summoning the underworld might get you a little bit more than a prison sentence.
Yeah.
But I guess there'd be no formal contract, so.
Well, I was like, how can you? Where's the proof? Where's the proof?
Yeah. True, it was the seedy underworld that did it, not me.
Fair.
I just burned a black candle in a star. Who knew?
Yep. So. Can't hold me accountable.
You know, that might be a question we have to ask our paranormal attorney. So.
True.
That might be a good episode for him. He's been wanting to do an episode. That might be a good one.
We will have to save that one.
Yeah. Mental note, save that one. So.
What did you find?
Well, most of the ones I found were a bunch of silliness, and then there were some that I can't talk about on the radio.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, that it sent me down a rabbit hole and some odd things. Let's see if I still got some pulled up here. Oh, where did it go? I got too many windows open. Oh, one of them I got hung up on. Somebody was talking about are dragons real, and they got into an argument about dragons. So I was like, I didn't really know that dragons were real, but all right. What was the other one? There's I've got like 50 windows open, so I'll have to find them. But yeah, there was ones about lost hamsters, but I'll just let you use your imagination. So.
Gotcha. In the meantime, I can read you an r/short scary story.
Do it.
It's called Free Samples.
Okay.
My shopping cart was full of everything I needed for the next few weeks. Milk, eggs, bread, the essentials. What's interesting was I can't exactly find the checkout. I remember seeing a section when I entered. I guess it is quite a large store. I'm really glad I'm lost because eventually I found what I really needed. Another free sample. Man was serving up some strawberry wafers, and I stopped by and accepted one. They were good. I may as well grab some while I'm here. I need the essentials too: milk, eggs, bread. My cart is pretty empty. I thought I already got milk, but I guess not. After about half an hour or so, my cart was full of everything I needed for the next few weeks. Ready to leave. Not many people were around, so it was shocking when someone came running out of one of the aisles looking very disheveled. She was drenched in sweat, and she collapsed before a section of cold foods, panicked and shook. "Ma'am," I asked, "are you okay?" She looked up to me with large sunken eyes. "Shut up, get away. No, no more, let me go." I stepped back. Some employees came from the same aisle she had emerged from, and they comforted the murmuring woman on the floor. It definitely relieved some of my worries. I continued on with my shopping like usual. I needed the essentials for the next couple weeks: milk, eggs, bread. I needed to get my cart filled, maybe grab a sample on the way. After some time in my cart full and ready to get out of here, I saw the woman again. She shuffled about with her cart, grabbing the essentials. Now, where's that checkout? I should probably get some groceries first, though.
That reminds me of the one that I was in earlier, was the subreddit talking for Alzheimer's, and apparently people got in there and was making fun of them, and it was horrible.
Somebody had said it's the Hotel California of superstores.
And then there was the memes one that is just crazy. I never realized that there was this many crazy people out there. So I thought this meme was so funny. I deleted it. Oh, geez. Yeah. An unexpected Ouija board. That was kind of a crazy one. Stories about what happened when they fool with the Ouija board unexpectedly. Yeah, I skipped over that one. I was like,
It was that just reminded me of back whenever I worked at Goodwill. My best friend was one of my bosses there, and she was working in the back area where I worked with me, and one of the original boxes for a Ouija board came in, and it was just the Ouija board in there. There wasn't the planchette or anything. And I was going through one of the boxes because we had just set it out there looking at it, and we were taking pictures of it. And in another bottom part of the box, I pulled out what was like a kid's toy piece of pie, and I was like, wait, I've got a great idea. And I took a pair of scissors and cut a hole in the middle of the piece of pie. And I was like, we got it. It's perfect.
God. People turn those in at Goodwill stores? Good Lord. Did you do that for resale?
No, because it wasn't complete. I would have had it not, or had it been complete.
Oh. They consider those toys. I don't think that's
I know. I was trying to. I think in the 4 years I was there, that was the only time I'd seen one. But we saw some crazy stuff.
Yeah, what all do people turn in there? I mean,
that's that might be a show for another time.
Okay. And do you got to wash it before you put it out?
No, we don't get paid enough for that.
Oh. So what's on the rack is dirty, or as is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh.
And pick up what you find in the dressing room at your own risk.
Noted. I don't go to them too often, but we went to one in Tampa when we were down there on vacation, and it was like a Walmart superstore. They had stuff in there I'd never even seen. It was huge. I was like, well, this is cool. So yeah, I went in there. My friend was like, I'm buying all this stuff and taking it back home with me. He packed it. He bought another suitcase to fly home with clothes from Tampa.
Well, thankfully, where we worked was near a more swanky area down there. So we got a lot of nice stuff that would come in.
Well, that's good. And I didn't realize that. I thought that went for like a good charity and stuff, but that's a business.
Nope.
Yeah, it's an actual business. So people give stuff away so that they can make money. Now I think they do give money to charities and stuff, but
so the only thing that I can really say in the time that I worked there that I felt was promising was that because Charleston was 30 minutes away from where we were, and that was where our home office that was like the main area for what they called the Canal Valley. And out of the main office, they bought, I believe it was a school that was right beside of where the main warehouse was. And they turned that into what they called the Prosperity Center. And they hold free workshops there to teach people basics on like how to learn how to use Word and Excel, and teach classes on filling out or how to properly do their resume and things like that. And they do provide clothes for professional clothes for people for interviews and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, that's about as much good as I can really say they do.
Well, when I was in Tennessee, I won. I don't know if it was a scholarship or what it was, but they paid like $500 at my EMT school, which, of course, at that time that was pretty good. So,
they do some scholarships for employees, because at one of the big dinners, one of the employees from our store, I don't remember what she was going to school for, but they gave her a scholarship to help fund her go to school for whatever it was she was going to school for. So
yeah. I mean, so I guess they do some good. The president of the company is a millionaire, but hey, yeah. That's the way it is in the big world of business. But yeah, I think like $500 towards in my books, which at that time was a lot of money. So, and Wendell says, "Don't forget the rednecks." I'm not sure what he's talking about. The rednecks that go to Goodwill. So
there are quite a few.
The one in Tennessee I went to, they have some kind of arrangement with some consignment shop or something. They call if they get something good in. They call this guy, and he comes in and buys it all before he goes out to the front.
Well, that was a big thing at one point where a lot of people got in trouble because like not all Goodwills are like connected. Like for our Canal Valley, it was like us in Taze Valley, Charleston, Beckley, Oak Hill. I can't remember all where. I think there were like 6 or 7 of us. And then like once you go, because like Taze Valley is probably 15 minutes from Milton, heading towards Huntington, off towards Kentucky. And in that 15-minute difference, that Milton store is in a completely different region from what our store was, and their policies were all different on how they did things.
Interesting. Well, and I saw you could even order stuff online at Goodwill now. Mm-hmm. Some of the stores have.
I bought Travis for, I think it ended up being $70 after shipping, but it was a humongous box full of comics that they had on there. It's basically like Goodwill's eBay. You have to bid on everything. And I got him a humongous box of comics that actually had some good ones in there from what he said. And then we got in I believe it was a World War II era pilot's hat that they sent off, and I went on there and bought it.
Oh, nice.
I have that in the living room in a hat box.
Ah. I'm trying. My buddy Ken worked at. It's kind of equivalent to a Goodwill, and he always gets anything fire related. He sent me. People would bring in like the pull switches for the fire alarms. He sent me like one of those. He sent me a New York firebox, which is actually turned out to be an antique. It's kind of worth some money. He sent me a fire bell. So he sent me all kinds of cool stuff from there. So, and some stuff that I have no idea what the hell it is. I just every now and then he'll send me a package. He might be on in the chat tonight. He's usually kind of quiet. So
I'm trying to think of anything else cool I got. The hat was really the coolest thing. We had I wasn't there that day. But there was this really nice little old lady that came up with like a small little Amazon box that had like, it looked like it had clothes and like a couple knickknacks and stuff in it. And then when they took the top layer of clothes off, there was a phallic device that was not clean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody donated a bag of used cat litter once.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Which I'm hoping was a mistake, that they like threw out the bag that they meant to donate and grabbed the wrong one. But we have had people come and just drop their trash off before, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was purposeful. Found a gun once.
Oh. You should have called the cops for that.
Yeah. Because the guy who found it, bless his heart, he's passed away. But because Goodwill hires people that have been arrested and have stuff on the rap sheet, he was just like, nope.
Can't make me touch that.
Yeah. That was probably the craziest one. And then she sends me a picture one time of, they had the most huge hookah that had come in. Like it like was some straight up Alice in Wonderland looking stuff. I don't know if they sent that to Shop Goodwill or what they did with it, but I was off that day and I was like, that would have been crazy to have, just to have as a decoration. And then like bags full, or like I was going through a bag once and it was like somebody had donated a bag of clothes that their cat had crapped on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Pretty sure working there is what started with the issue I have with my allergies, because it's so dusty there all the time.
I can imagine.
And Lord only knows what else you're getting all over you.
Well, hopefully you're wearing gloves while you're dealing with that stuff.
Not all the time, unfortunately. We had to wear these one kind of gloves to keep us from getting cut, but it was so hard to get stuff done quickly. So it was basically either get stuff done super slow the way that they didn't want it done, or get it done quickly and just wash your hands every 30 minutes and just lotion up after work.
Wow. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Fun times. And that's why at 28, I have the back of somebody that's 45.
Should be in EMS. You have that, or I have that 20 years ago myself. So KG in the chat was the one I was telling you found all the stuff for the fire department. He found some old books and stuff for me. So he's found some cool stuff. So.
That's where I built up a lot of my book collection, finding some cool old books and stuff.
Yeah, they have some really good books there. I went on a collection of collecting bartending books. I went back to bartending school, and I found a lot of cocktail books there that were from like, I don't know, 1925 to 1975. I mean, there were some old ones. So,
well, that's where I ended up getting my full extended edition of all three Lord of the Rings with all of the original cool maps and stuff that come in it in the case. I got a lot of different brand new movies and stuff that came in, like full collections of them. A lot of music of stuff that they would have just thrown away because it didn't have the case or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a friend that pick him all home and he would download them onto his computer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would.
He's got enough now to run a radio station, I believe. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I know I still have a lot of stuff.
I think the worst for me was the books. I like the books, and I've always been a book person, so I like to read. So
well,
that's kind of cool about doing this too, because I get to interview the authors. So
something that I did find, and I was actually able to sell them on eBay. I found an original pair of Kanye West Yeezys.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's Kanye West's brand of sneaker, that were very expensive at the time. And even though I couldn't, everything I had looked up about them, they were real, but I didn't have like a certificate or anything saying that they were real. And I found a pair of baby ones that I was able to sell for a pretty penny too.
Nice.
And then there was the post office version of the first appearance of Superman, which I was able to sell for like $80.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, because I was like, oh, I got it for Travis. And he was like, that's like worth some money, the post office version. And I was like, oh, well, I got it for free.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends is the paramedic. Him and his wife would go around on weekends, and they would hit thrift shops and Goodwills and all kinds of places, and they would find stuff and turn around and flip it on eBay. So
yeah,
made a nice little living that way for a while. When eBay was the thing, is eBay even still a thing right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went on there.
Get some cards.
I went on there not too well. It was like sometime. It was in the last year or two. I went on there and got me and Travis a bunch of games for his Xbox 360, and I went on there. I'll go to eBay. Like if it was my favorite heated blanket, a rabbit had chewed up the cord for it. And the only place I was able to find the exact replacement for it was on eBay for like $6. So,
hey, don't complain about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went on there. I guess the most recent thing, I went on there looking for the cards from Random Maverick. I finally got them. I'm going to get them in the mail to her to autograph for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. She's going to take care of me. She said, if you win the cards, just send them to me. I'll autograph them. I'm like, oh, sweet. So, making them off of my desk here.
And I went on there and because another cool thing that I had gotten at Goodwill was a Nintendo DS XL. So it was bigger than the original one that I had, and I went on there to get games for it, and I got like a whole lot of different games for super cheap. So yeah, I mean, me as somebody my age is still like, well, let's go to eBay first, see what people are selling it on there for.
eBay, Etsy. So I go to Etsy for a bunch of things too.
Yep. I forget what I was looking for on Etsy, and I bought a whole bunch of typo negative jewelry that a lady had made. So I've got like a little pendant that has Peter Steele's picture in it, and then comes to something, and then it's like another part hanging down that has him on it, and then like some stud earrings that have like the little flag and then the negative sign.
Cool. My wife's been on a kick buying me rocks, so I got all kinds of rocks and stuff she buys for me. So
got crystals, not rocks.
Yeah, okay. I tell her she's buying rocks, so I got a whole bunch of them on my desk. So. I dropped one and broke it the other day, and she's like, "Which one? I'll have to go and replace it." I was like, "I don't know which one."
Figure out which juju it's bringing you.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what you said. Well, hello there, Big Dizzle. She's like, I need to know which one it is. I was like, well, it was a clear one, but it's kind of frosty. She's like, was it cracked frosty?
Didn't break the rose quartz, did you?
No. I think it was just clear quartz I broke. So she's like, I'll get you another one. I'm like, oh, okay.
I was out on the back deck the other day, and Travis had an old Spawn game out there, and I was like, oh. So now on my desk, I've got a little buy later.
B Dizzle usually has a little guy by him too. So
I got Master Splinter.
Yeah, Master Splinter. Well, I'm a nerd too. So
I got Rick and Bubba bobbleheads.
I got Optimus Prime.
And these were little characters from the game. I got to figure out something because he's so top heavy. He'll fall forward. But then I've got he just told me which one this was. I keep wanting to say it's Renaissance Spawn, but that's not what it is. I can't remember. But then there's the little figures to play the game. There's regular Spawn, and then that's the other one.
I've been obsessed with the Dune lately.
Well, you went and saw the movie, didn't you? The new one?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the lore of that whole franchise is next level. I never did have any idea about it growing up. And it has history. It's like more in depth than the dang Bible is.
Something else super cool. I don't know why it just made me think of that. Travis did some work for a guy, and he did a trade for him because he does 3D printing stuff. And he posted a picture of it, and I was like, I've got to have one of those. And it was a 3D printed version of Immortan Joe's mask from Mad Max. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. So it's sitting in on my little thing in the living room. That's like my prized possession. Because he painted it, and if it just had a nice glossy coat on it, it would be perfect.
Somebody sent me it's supposed to be patterned after the original Patterson Bigfoot print, a 3D printed version of it. And I keep thinking I'm going to mount it on the wall behind me here. So it's a Bigfoot cast, they cast them. So I was like, that's kind of cool. So somebody sent that to me.
I'd have been here a lot sooner, but we went to Culver's for supper, and I was just.
What'd you have?
Break after that.
Mm-hmm. I kind of forgot what time it was because of the time change, and everything's all daylight. So I wasn't even thinking about it. It was 7:30. I was like, wow, or 8:30. I was like, wow, I guess I should make an appearance.
I was like, why is it still so bright out?
I said, I'll make a little bit of an appearance. Can't stay till 11 o'clock or anything.
Well, we always appreciate having the Diz around. So.
I am the star of the show, so I figured I'd come in here and what's up.
You are. So, you're kind of a big deal. So you're heard on all kinds of FM radio stations
of deals.
That's true. You are.
So big of a deal. I've gotten 2 subs in 10 days. I don't know what's going on.
Woohoo!
I don't know. I went from getting 10 a day for a long time to none. I don't know if the algorithm's holding them back because I got getting them too fast, or sometimes that crap will happen. You go too fast and they hold them back. And they'll give it all to you at one time in like 3 months.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah,
I think they like to skewer the numbers on this stuff.
They'll audit too. They'll audit a lot. Like you'll go down some.
Yeah, I lost a couple one time just out of clear of the blue. It was like it went down like 5 or 6.
I lost. I'm not kidding you. Over 400 on my other channel in one day.
Ooh.
And I'm like, well, what happened there? When I said the N-word, didn't know about it. Turns out they audit the ones that don't participate much. They audit. I'm like, well, they're still subscribed.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I think it might be fake accounts and activity, but if they're a valid account, don't take them away.
Yeah, and then there's people out there that buy.
Yeah.
I get 10 emails a week from that crap. So
yeah, I block those people, and they if you ignore them, they send you another one that says like a question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When we were getting some like crazy messages, like when we started the Death Rain page on Facebook, and they're like, well, we can help you promote your Kickstarter and blah, 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 blah. And we're just like, no, thank you. And they'll be quiet for a while. And then why?
And they'll start saying hello. One guy said, do I often get these unimpressive numbers? I'm like, are you trying to sell something or what?
Are you trying to meet up and fight?
This was a guy who, the funny part was I did a Fiverr. I did a $5 Fiverr deal to see what, if I told him to get me exposed to 1 million Facebook eyes, just to reach him 1 million, what would happen? And it did, and it got the typical response. And then he said, he said, I threw in a few free subscribers for you. I'm like, whoa, I didn't ask for that.
Take it back.
He goes, now we can help you with these. So he goes, do you often get these unimpressive numbers and viewership? I'm like, what the hell, dude? I gave you $5 to help me out. Now you're kicking me in the nuts.
Do you enjoy being a butt crack?
I was doing market research. I didn't ask to be abused.
No, they're like that on my Etsy page. If you don't answer, it's like, hello, hey, you still there? I want to be like, I didn't answer you in the first place. No, I'm not still here.
Hello.
Yeah, I sell some of my coins and patches on Etsy, but I don't usually go on there much. It notifies me
for a while. I thought it would be more of a thing, but not so much anymore.
It's not. Everybody claims now the market is TikTok market. I don't know if that's true, but
I see those transactions on people's accounts all the time, and I'm just like, I don't trust it. I don't trust buying something directly off of TikTok.
Yeah, well, that's going to be banned soon, so I don't think they're going to ban it.
I don't either. I think that they see the outpouring and a number of people using it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's an election year, so you don't want to piss off
half of America. It's half of America.
Yep.
Is it really?
It's 170 million.
Well, yeah, I guess that's about right then. And it's the young vote too, because that's not true. My wife is addicted to it. I swear to God, it's like a crack to her. So
I tell you what makes me mad as hell about it is that it's bipartisan. They can't get on board for nothing except for some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I agree with you there.
We got an open border. We got marijuana still a level 1 classified substance. And all you guys could come together about was
TikTok.
Was TikTok, because it tells me that they were getting we're getting good information off TikTok if they want to get rid of it. Using some kind of smoke screen like China. Like China's in every damn thing. You want to get rid of one thing, leave the rest?
Yeah, I got an email today from Philips Respiratories. I have to wear a CPAP at night because of my brain disease. And China has hacked Philips, and they have my information from my CPAP and can turn it on and off. And I'm like, WTF?
Well, I guess good thing I haven't used my CPAP in a while.
Mm-hmm.
mine's a Philips too.
Oh,
You'll probably get a letter in the mail.
Like, what data do you want off my CPAP?
Yeah, mine never had Wi-Fi. Mine was too old.
Oh God!
Did you just have Wi-Fi, Glenn?
Yeah, it's
okay. Mine doesn't do that, so maybe I'm good. Mine isn't that big.
Cellular, because I know for a fact that Kaiser knows when I'm out of state.
I would have to take my chip into the sleep doctor and have them get all this stuff and reprogram it.
Yeah.
And they would charge me $30 every time. I said, look, I'm sleeping fine now. I'm done with this monthly budget you concocted for yourself.
Yeah.
This nice little jet ski payment. I finally told him, I said, look, can you do this just once? I'm tired. This is every 30 days for me. I got kids.
I would, if they wanted me to look over it, I'd have to do the same thing. So I think I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
China can stay off my CPAP.
You want me to tell you a CPAP hack that I found that really changed the game? I don't use one anymore, but I would use the nighttime kid shampoo to clean it.
Wow.
And they tell you to use that, or like their special thing. They use kid shampoo because it doesn't have abrasives. Yeah. And it would have the minty stuff in it.
Well, I'll tell you something too. That was a hack for me, and it also kind of helped me sleep. I guess just because it was soothing. Is I would get, if I was feeling real stuffy at night, because like the air would be drying my nose out. I put the a little tiny bit of the Vicks vapor solution into the water, and it would just.
Well, this was the kid shampoo with Vicks built into it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it would be like the menthol flavor, and it would keep that from happening because I was getting that too. I'd wake up, and cause it's got some kind of bacteria.
I would just use it all the time because I'm like I'm just got used to it, and it smells good. So
the kids Vicks vapor rub infused Johnson & Johnson. That's all I cleaned mine with. It was perfect.
I might have to try that. Well, I use it's a natural cleanser, and I just spray it on it at night, or during the day, and hang it out from the shower curtain. So, and
I could never get to sleep with the darn thing. I would always have to take 3 melatonins and get under the covers completely, like I was scuba diving.
Yeah, well, that is one of the nice perks that you can get completely under the covers. But when I first got it, like the first 2 months, I was like, "This is the best sleep I've ever had in my life."
See, to me, it was like the opposite. I was like, this thing freaking sucks.
Yeah, once your brain got used to it, it was a deep sleep.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, this is the best.
Yep. Well, I
was like, just try me on the little nose one first, because it's not. But then the fact that whenever you open your mouth, it just sounds like.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, we'll try the full face one.
Yeah, I just do the nasal one, but it's funny. As a firefighter, we had the masks on all the time, crawling through buildings and stuff. So the mask to me was never a problem. It was almost like nature. So.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny because it was so calming to a point. Like, for whatever reason, I went through a weird spell of like I woke up one night hyperventilating, like I couldn't breathe, and I just literally had to sit on the side of the bed with the CPAP mask on, just with it till I was like, okay.
Well, what happens?
I've got air.
The power goes out. Strapped on, you're like,
yeah, that happens. You throw it off.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Well, 50% of the times I have it thrown off of myself anyway.
a lot of people don't realize this, but it significantly lowers your blood pressure. That's one of the reasons that it helps you sleep so much. Because people that are hypertensive or anxious, it actually reduces the blood pressure. It helps you rest better. So, like, oh, I didn't know that. So, JT says in the chat, he says he is trying to get there, but he can't find Shelton. So I imagine that little guy has hopped to the.
He's off with his baby mama somewhere.
Yeah. We were talking about crazy Reddit posts. Have you found any crazy Reddit posts lately?
I'm on Reddit all day.
You got banned from Reddit, didn't you? Or from somewhere on Reddit?
No, I got a post removed for being misogynistic. Misogynist.
What did you say? Oh, wait a minute. Am I going to get in trouble on the radio for it?
No, it was hilarious. There was I actually got kicked off. Oh, I got in trouble on the Bigfoot Reddit one time for clickbait, but that was another. I put a catchy title, but all the video was of somebody talking about what happened instead of video of it, so they got mad about that.
Uh-huh.
But I had got like 50,000. What was it? I mean, I got in the 5 digits worth of
downvotes,
upvotes.
Oh,
and it got banned after that. But it was, what would happen if one day 50 all men in the world disappeared instantly, like all men, all males? And I said, well, half the cars would wreck and the other half would be empty. And people would just like take the upvote, man. And somebody's like, "Are we promoting open misogyny here?" I'm like, what am I doing?
Reddit. Do you know where you are?
Oh, I thought it was funny. I don't care. Just
yeah, well.
And I'll tell you what has been crazy all over mine today, and I feel like I'm obligated to look into it. Is apparently like Kate Middleton is missing and hasn't been seen since Christmas.
What?
What's that about? It's true, man. They think they killed her.
Who killed her? What happened?
The royal family.
Isn't she the princess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they caught Baldy cheating on her though, so he hasn't seen her since.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think.
Oh, so the king to be was cheating on her?
I think that's what I've been hearing, that there's been some kind of tape surface. Don't quote me at all on that, because I don't follow royal family at all because I hate them. But there's I got a friend.
This is one that I read early. It says Kate Middleton's situation really worries me. Not so much about Kate Middleton, but the fact people are clearly paid in many comment sections from Reddit to YouTube, etc., to tell us to stop talking about it, leave them alone, give them their privacy. No one finds it scary. People are hired to stop people from talking about a subject, no matter what it is. Could this even be a sight to see how they can contain the public from talking and speaking out if a bigger event occurs?
Yep. But they're testing that out with COVID.
Yeah.
That was the best thing Deep State ever had. They got a nice sampling.
Yeah. And then it turned around and said they didn't say what they said, and it was recorded all over every platform everywhere. Like
they wanted to reciprocity.
Yeah.
Was their word. Like, no. You tried to kill us all. You tried to ruin us.
And another thing with that too, apparently they pulled their kids out of school also. And apparently she was supposedly having some kind of surgery, but people who worked for them were like, we didn't know she was having surgery. Because she has something. It had something to do with her intestines. She has some sort of issue. I forget what it was called. And there were reports out there that apparently she was having surgery for that, but then people don't understand why they would pull the kids out of school and all this other stuff.
Why would the royal family's kids go to a public school?
Well, it's probably not a public school.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a London elementary.
Yep. Oh, this was funny. Kate is dead and something very suspicious is happening. Hold on, let me see if I can
Oh.
read what it says.
Prince Charles. I can't read it, but I can see the tree.
So it says, Kate, no, we haven't seen her. Us? We're just burying a tree. Planting. No, we mean planting a tree, not burying anything. No.
That's the queen to be. And didn't his brother and Meghan Markle get kicked out of the royal family? So,
well, they stepped down and then they were disowned.
Oh, poor little rich kids.
Yeah. People, oh Lord, somebody has dedicated far too much than I have patience to read on that. Her and William's relationship is very abusive and toxic, and I don't care.
Well, like father, like son, I guess, because he wasn't happy with Miss Diana and went with somebody else. So
this was the plot thickens. Kate Middleton, senior staffers haven't seen her, spoken to her, didn't know about surgery. It's causing concern.
We should hire some psychics, Bobby, and get right on this.
I'm just going to start thinking about it.
It'll appear in your feed before you know it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Manifest Kate Middleton.
I looked up something for a friend of mine, and for like 2 months, I got like stuff in all my feeds about. I can't. What the heck was it I looked up? I can't remember what it was. Some food or something, and it just kept showing up. I'm like, go away! I don't even eat that. So.
Well, it was nutty back whenever I was still living down home and I was working at a credit union. A business up the road had come in and they were giving us like a little gift package to like come to their spa and get all this different stuff done. And I had looked up on my phone what one of the things was that they were offering, and like it showed some machine of some sort. Well, then a little while later, one of the girls is scrolling through the main page on MSN. That was the home screen on our computer, and boop, there the machine pops up, and I was like,
Yep, it transcends. It knows.
All right, well, our WDJY listeners, make sure to tune in tomorrow night, Sunday night, for the next riveting episode in hour 2 of the Misfits, and we'll be right back.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm Miranda Maverick, and when I'm in fight camp, I never listen to the Sportcat podcast.
Miranda Maverick.
Miranda Maverick. She's my favorite. Oh, and in the second hour, welcome WDJY fans and loyal listeners. We have some additional Misfits. Yeah.
Sonia's live from the opium den, apparently.
You like it?
What?
He's talking about my blanket, right?
Like he's in an opium den.
Okay.
Where's the hookah when we needed it?
My friend Dima makes these. He actually makes the prints and everything. Yeah. You should see the tapestry and the towel I have.
Nice. You should get JT hooked up because his clothing.
This is a castle, and we do have many tapestries.
It's pretty
but
awesome.
If you are Scotland Yard and I am Mickey
Mouse. You should
Mouse.
see the other side of it. It's like pretty cool too.
Looks soft.
Oh, it's so soft. So soft.
You should tell them they should be our sponsor.
I really like sleeping with it.
Yeah.
You mean the Sonya or the material?
He's calling me soft. Like soft.
Squishy.
I think you sound like squishy. I'll take that.
You're warm and cuddly. Shelton, how the heck have you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, you just saw me last week.
Well, see, it's been a week. You tried calling me earlier today, but I was a little busy when you called. So
Where does Sheldon work
You
at?
don't answer your phone.
what? I don't take unsolicited phone calls from puppets. So,
Well, that's your fault.
well,
You
true.
just said you hadn't heard from me in a while, and you were the one that doesn't answer.
That's true. I did send you the voicemail. So
Yeah, we had unexpected companies show up. My neighbor showed up, and then like my brother-in-law showed up, and one of my friends showed up, like just randomly. It was
what the hell?
yeah, I didn't even have time to like change or put makeup on tonight. My brother-in-law, I have an autistic nephew, and there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of food that he can't have. He can't have gluten and stuff, so he got his share of gluten while he was here. He ate like 3 Oreos out of the pack before I could get it away from him. I was like, sorry, Dana, I know it's loud over there.
Well, and yeah, Dina's sick, I guess. So she isn't here tonight. So
Her eyes were bothering her and everything. Like she was having trouble seeing.
Having trouble seeing.
yeah, when you get to be her age, you know.
Should you tell her? Did you call her and tell her to put her glasses on? Like I don't think it was like that. It's like,
I was going to call and tell her I know what causes pink eye, but I figured I'd leave that alone.
That's, I mean,
Gross.
it's.
Sometimes it's good to know now. You might not know.
Blur vision, yeah, vertigo.
We got pink eye because we live with a baby.
I've lived with children before, and I've never had pink eye.
Well,
Not since I was a kid.
I've never had it either, but my wife got it because the baby on the bed and everything.
Well, you can, if your baby has it though, you can get it really easy too. Like, and you can.
It's easily spread.
Yeah, and they usually have it before you know it, so you're kissing all over them, and yeah, that's what you get, wiping their noses off the back of your shirt. You know,
Sometimes
children
you can't even see that they have it.
Yeah, they're just kids. They're just little germ breeders. I've been attacked and taken out this past week and a half by a tiny terrorist. So
they don't call them crotch goblins for nothing.
Nope.
Yeah, he's infected everyone in the house and had us all sick. So
That's what they do.
That's spread germs and wreak havoc, pillage the village.
Yeah. Luckily, that stopped here after the first one, pretty much. There was a couple new strains once the third one came along, but it didn't get us as nearly as hard as when the first one was going through.
Yeah,
I guess that was rough.
When you start having the more children you have, the more immunities you start to build up.
Yeah, because they bring the crap from the house.
Yeah, and it has to cycle through every one of you. So
the daycare stuff is insane. It's got to be the similar viruses, but the amount of sick I was that first couple of years, never.
It's weird how like different people's bodies react differently to different, viruses and different, sicknesses.
Like I never would get like respiratory sick. Like very rarely do I get a sniffle, and it doesn't last long. But when a stomach virus rolls through, forget about it. I'm down.
Out for the count.
Stomach viruses get to me 10 times harder. Like I didn't even have COVID. I mean, I had COVID. I didn't even know it. But I get rotavirus. Forget it. It's done.
Yeah, I had COVID for like 2 days. It bothered me, and then I was like pretty good after that.
It took me down.
Yeah, I couldn't get out of bed for, it was like 3 weeks.
I had 2 days. That first day I panicked a little bit, like when I knew that I was sick, and it really got me because that whole breathing thing, I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Like I really can't breathe. And the more I panicked about it, the worse it got. And then I realized I was having a panic attack on top of it. And that makes it where you really can't breathe and you start to struggle.
Yep. We need to start talking about happy things. So did either of you two, did even you stroll through Reddit and find anything interesting this week?
I mean, it depends on what you call interesting.
I can tell you what I love about Reddit.
What do you love about Reddit?
Writing prompts. Have you ever looked into writing prompts? Well, what they do, it says bracket, the bracket on the keyboard. It says WP, and then it'll tell like a scenario, and then you take that scenario and you write a whole short story out of it. And it is my world. But the thing you have to do is go to TikTok and go to Reddit writing prompts, and then watch people. It'll read it out to you. It's like you're listening to a little story. And a lot of them are like aliens and humans meet, and something. You get a superpower, but it's only like you can only eat cheese on Wednesdays, kind of thing.
It's just torture.
It's good. You're immortal, but you have to be a duck. How would you tell your family you were the duck? That kind of thing.
That's kind of cool.
I love those things. That's my favorite. And Ask Reddits.
Yeah, I found one that was, well, apparently it was a serious one, but everybody thought it was a joke when it was about dementia. It was our dementia. They were making fun of the people there. They're like, no, we're trying to be serious here.
Yeah, a lot of people have theories that dementia is just caused by diabetes.
Some people say it's type 3 diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Which wouldn't shock me, because when you do like a really, really pure, unprocessed diet, it kind of cures dementia.
Yeah, that. And have you ever seen somebody having a sugar episode, a really low sugar episode, where they're just out there? It's just dementia. It's dementia. It's moments of dementia. Whenever
I get off the whales and have enough sugar to where I have a crash, I have to get to where I can't think, can't work, start sweating.
Your brain's like, feed me. But they say if you
get like that anymore.
If you start to get headaches and stuff and like feeling really bad too, like when we're supposed to move to the happy stuff, but they say that you're full of parasites if you have like certain episodes. Like,
yeah, the Misfits is not where you get your medical advice. That's for real.
I think it should be.
We would probably
change your diet and take the wormer.
I'll say this. I'll go one step further. My dentist, whenever I had a bad toothache, said that ibuprofen and Aleve are as good as a muscle relaxer. And
it's one of the strongest painkillers. Those two combinations, the acetaminophen and the ibuprofen, just a couple, like 200 milligrams of each, is a very, very strong painkiller.
Well, this is an acetaminophen. This is Nexapril. The blue one, the Aleve.
Yeah.
And those two, you take 2 of those and 3 ibuprofens, it'll make you feel better. If I'm ever having like a bad morning in a real bad mood, I just feel bad. I'll take those.
Combination of the 2 of them is like the best thing that's out there.
I like the Excedrin migraine and an ibuprofen. Yeah.
That's not far from that's about the same thing.
Yeah.
Or Midol with caffeine.
Well, Midol, but like, you have to be careful with that because it'll make you if you take it with if you take the Midol, it's got so much caffeine in it. If you take it with the ibuprofen, it'll get your heart all palpitating.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful with that one. It's a diuretic too, so
the
button for you all. This is not legal advice.
The BC powder.
This is for entertainment purposes
only. There's a reason that BC powder works so quick, because it's just like chopped up Midol.
Yeah. It's like caffeine and that.
It'll make you feel better quick though. If you're down and you like, what the fuck? You take that, boom, you're up.
Whoa, hold on.
Whoa, hey. Oh, sorry, forgot we were doing that.
Oops, the daisies. Nothing to see here, folks. It's 10:10, by the way.
Yeah, I have to remember that.
Well, now I feel bad.
Put the dunce cap on.
Because you got me going. All of a sudden, this is what happens. You want me or not? You want me on this show or not? Because that's what you get.
I know.
Caffeinated over here, people.
I told somebody today, I was like, we're not allowed to cuss. I was my brother-in-law when he was here, because we was talking about, you got to go. We got to get on the show. Sorry. But I was like, we can't cuss on the show anymore. And I was like, now a lot of us are just sitting around going,
Well, it did restrain us more, but it got us a larger audience. So,
well, that's true.
So yeah. I mean, we're going out in places where we don't even know the people. So,
my dirty mouth's got me in a bunch of places.
I don't even want to go there. What gets me is people
looking at Sheldon.
Yeah, people actually want to listen to us. That's what kind of amazes me. It's like, are you that bored? Are you that lonely? So.
Wow. You're surprised we have fans?
Well, no. I'm saying that a Saturday night. It's like,
Oh
how
wow!
did you
Are you
guys
call?
have to
Wait,
do that?
did you just call us losers? Wait, I'm confused.
We are
about
the
what?
misfits.
I know that I'm a loser. I'm okay
Misfits.
with it.
That is, I feel like misfit and loser. I guess it depends on who you ask. We call
I made
ourselves
peace with
Memphis. Everybody else calls us losers. You know what? Never mind. Scratch that. It's fine.
Aren't you part of the losers?
That's my gang. That's where I roll. So
Gang.
You're one of those
hang around with
misfits.
crazy peoples. Hang around with crazy people and puppets.
Yeah. We got puppets everywhere. One's right here. I've got one over here. Got a dog right here.
A sock
I saw
puppet.
the dog behind you.
He's my baby. He sings.
Is that
He
a
can
real
actually
dog?
talk. He says he says I love you and
Don't
everything.
do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do not break FM radio. So.
Him's pretty bad boys. Guardian of my underworld over here.
You did what on your underwear?
I said guardian of my underworld over here.
Oh,
Calm down. Whoa.
I heard underwear, by the way.
Yeah, I did too. I heard underwear. So. Shelton, what did you hear?
Underwear. All right, guys.
So where does Shelton work at? I don't ever did get that question answered.
Well, next question.
Shelton,
Did you pay the child support?
Next question.
Shelton's on disability. He's been lifting stuff up. Our private investigators got him on camera.
His hands don't work. They just make that fist.
That angry old man fist. He shakes. Get off my line.
I'll beat you with this fist.
Like Mike Tyson, be up against
Hey,
Jake Paul
hey.
before you know it.
Silence for a second. I can't cuss anymore. So screw you, Glenn.
That's where he's haven't heard from Shelton anymore. Half his vocabulary has been taken out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes,
What
be
in
like,
the heck? I'm supposed to say heck and darn and
Gee whiz.
screw.
You sound like JT.
Yeah, exactly. He
And
doesn't
Jeez
cuss.
whiz.
in puppet
Yeah,
world,
geez
are
whiz.
all puppets dirty mouth little creatures?
Well, heck yeah. What the heck? Who wants to hear a clean puppet?
Mm-mm. I don't want to hear clean puppets. I may watch Jeff Dunham tonight just to get my fill. I can't tell you how to
video, Bobby.
That day that I was watching Jeff Dunham and Shelton was up there, I didn't realize it was a puppet. What kind of Twilight Zone crap am I in right now? I'll never forget that. Oh my God, it's him.
Well, the other night when Robin Williams popped up on the screen, Shay's face and Tina was like they'd seen a ghost. It was so funny because you could just see their expression. It was like, what? He did really pull it off. So. You missed that episode. It was good, but I don't know what was happening to the internet in Houston or wherever he was. But
It was a surreal experience.
Yeah.
Like he was actually in the other life and his internet not so good.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. He came in hot. I mean, he came
God.
in monologue. So
and he would freeze on frame, and it was just like he was
staring into your soul.
Oh my God, he's looking right through me.
Sounds about right. I'll say that was right on point.
Oh.
It was a good episode though, but I hated that the internet was messing up. So I messaged him after the show, and he's going to try and come back on. So he was filming. He tried to tell us at one point in time what he was filming, but I don't know what it was.
Aladdin Part 2.
Shay had the original question. She asked him, why didn't he take over?
I was like, why didn't you take up the role for Genie in the new Aladdin and not let Will Smith ruin it?
Because he was like, it was already ruined by what they were doing to it. Like,
And he was dead.
well, there was that part.
He could have at least helped him a little bit.
He was the
Maybe he
spirit of
did.
the genie. He's
He's
what
able to somehow
dreams may come true.
He gets Saturday
That's the
Night
one
Live
he's making right
characters.
now.
Well,
We
he
gotta go
With
see-
the, so with
gotta
the
go save
atomic
him from-
bomb, there is devastation. With the atomic bomb, there is celebration. It's my favorite Robert Williams joke.
he hit the ground running and took off, but he didn't know that there was an underworld. I guess it's underground group of impersonators, because he was just doing stand up. And then when a lady told him, "You look just like that Mork fella," and he went and turned him on, and he's like, "Well, gosh, if I comb my hair this way and then do this," got him down. I mean, literally, you would think it was his clone. It
Well,
was great.
looking at his website, I was like, how is it possible that he looks more like Robin Williams than Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Because there's a picture of the two of them on his website together, and I was like,
Because he still looks like younger Robin Williams, and Robin Williams got older, and we saw him in his older. He didn't look quite the same, you know. And we remember him in the '90s as that really, just that, and that was really where he's, you know,
Well, he had
Mrs.
the top
Doubtfire
out
kind of
when-
age.
We just said Mrs. Doubtfire at the same time.
Yeah, thank you.
Toodaloo!
Great, it was a run by fruiting.
Toodaloo!
Help is on the way, dear.
It's a run by
That's-
freaking
that was my favorite. Help is on the way, dear.
help is on the way. He shows up drinking that whiskey with his mask off. You forget about the funniest part of the movie.
I
Where-
think
where-
he had
where's that
told us,
dinner?
too, that on something he had ended up meeting or working with the makeup artist that did all the makeup for Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, he ended up being in the same chair.
Yeah, because you remember when they were looking for the right face for Mrs. Doubtfire, they went through a bunch of different faces. You know, that Kathy Griffith one. That was the worst one. He's like, you look like mom.
I kind of want to watch.
Oh yeah, it was that guy that was his brother,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like,
the Independence Day guy. Oh
yeah, the
David.
Independence Day. That's what I was used to say.
He's making like it's the 1950s, David.
He said, "Oh, yeah. Oh, I should call my mom. I should call my lawyer."
Fuck my
Oh.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Screw my lawyer.
Somewhere I've got. I don't know where I
He
put
said,
it.
"Oh, screw my lawyer."
He made that.
David, all the
That's on
stations
point.
in the 1950s, David.
Oh, you do. That's fantastic. I love
I
it.
love that guy.
Oh, I do too.
That was such a fun. I know I talk about this once a week about my affinity for one-off science fiction movies, but they are the best movies. I was talking to an anthropologist the other night that he does a podcast called Screens of the Stone Age, where they review caveman movies. And Encino Man is the movie they base them all off of. They measure them. And I pulled this. I don't know if you can see this, but I pulled this out of my VHS collection because it's got
Oh
a
my
caveman in it.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
1960.
Oh, I
You know
remember
what
that
I'm
one.
talking
Yeah.
I started talking about it being a one-off science fiction movie. It's like one of the best genres ever. The caveman flushes the commode and runs away.
What was that one with Shelley Long in it and Ringo?
Caveman.
Was it Caveman? Is that what it's called? Yeah, that was the best. That was such a weird movie.
Yeah, my dad showed me that, and it's again one of those things when I find something that I like, I'll just keep watching it, and I'm like, this is
Mhm.
but with the Yeti Sasquatch coming out of the ice, and they go running from him, and he just like drops his arms and goes.
I was like,
Oh yeah, Sonia. Earlier in the chat, Wendell was saying that he wanted to see your Wampus cat.
I bet he does.
You have to log in for that. Put in your credit card number.
I'm still waiting on that. Venmo me $50, yo.
She'll whistle for you if you leave it.
I can't with you, Bobby.
Can't pull them today.
Wendell says Wendell said in the chat earlier that he doesn't watch podcasts that don't have videos. I'm like, what?
Well, no podcasts don't have videos by definition,
Ah,
and you can't watch anything with no video. So I don't know what he's.
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
Podcast,
yeah.
the video
Like
portion of the podcast.
So
is
he doesn't
privilege.
listen to the radio, right? Like ever.
Well, he apparently
No,
just not it. He doesn't.
I
No,
bet
he
when
listens to Rick and Bubba.
you know when MTV stopped playing music videos, Wendell was like, "What am I gonna do?"
He
Poor
said,
Wendell.
"Living in you."
Well, he must have alerts set for this. Well, for all my shows, because in 24 hours, YouTube rolls it over to YouTube Music as a podcast, and he's commented on every one of them. Where's the video? Where's the video? Where's it?
You're on YouTube Music.
Second off its podcast.
Go to regular YouTube.
So yeah, so
Mine are out there somewhere like that. I had them claimed, but it kept clogging up my feed, so I turned them off.
yeah, it's mine. They sent me a thing. I don't know, a couple weeks ago when Google Podcast was going out of business, and they were all becoming YouTube Music. And did I want it to do it automatically? I'm like, save me a step. Yes. Click yes. I still send them off to Spotify, but because I don't think YouTube Music shares them anywhere. So, not that our fans care about the inner workings of shows. So, I swear to God, smoke just come out of that dummy's ears.
That dummy.
And I wasn't talking about you, JT.
Everybody's looking around like,
Hey, I thought you were talking about JT. That's why I started looking at him. I wanted to see the smoke come out of his ears.
I wanted to clarify. So, yeah. When you hit that vape, it looked like it did. It come right out of his ears.
Burning clouds.
"We get it, you vape."
I
One
know.
thing, everything smells like a bad air freshener around vapors. Like, is there a 98 Honda Civic with its windows down around here somewhere? Where is that smell coming from?
Depends on what they're vaping. Like, I don't know.
Wait. Is
We have some really
Blondie in
good-
your ventriloquist? He looks like he's not moving his lips.
Am I frozen? Is it doing that? Is it doing that thing?
There you go. Your lips are moving again. You scared me. You look like you were doing a better job than JT.
And for some reason, when I use another tab, it freezes me now. Didn't used to do that.
Yeah, it's gotten weird. It's about to be restream. They told me after running all the analytics and stuff that it was my ISP, not them. So I'm like, okay, well, guess I can fix that.
It's not even possible. You got one ISP just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I found us another interesting story.
Oh, do tell, please.
So this is under r/2 hot takes. And somebody put it also under Am I the A-hole?
Those are the best.
I found this post on Facebook and it needs to be here. I want my fiance to get rid of his 5-year-old daughter. Please keep me anonymous. I need some advice from your followers. My 32-year-old fiance has a 5-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was giving birth to her. He has been raising her ever since he lost his wife with the help of his family, of course. I am now in the picture, and we're going to get married in 2023, and I'm 6 months pregnant with his son. I'm not the stepmother type, so I know I won't treat his daughter the same way I will treat our son. To be quite honest, she annoys me. She looks exactly like her mother, so she constantly reminds my fiance of his dead wife, and she is very attached to her daddy, which makes me afraid that my son will not be able to bond with his father because of her. Basically, I want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. She can live with her grandparents, or we can find her a nice couple that wants to adopt a child. I don't know how to approach the situation, but I need to find a way to convince my fiance to get rid of her. I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to look out for my son and make sure that he will get all his father's attention that he deserves. Please help.
Wow, somebody needs to find her and find him and save him and that little girl, because that's the kind of stuff where you find out, the little girl goes missing and nobody knows where she went. And then
There's a guy that does videos on Facebook, and I don't know if any of you guys would have seen him, but he'll come running like through a field and he's got a big red flag and he's going, "Hey there, buddy."
that's exactly what that is, a red flag. That is a super duper. That is, oh my God, I can't even imagine. Like, hey, you mind getting rid of the kids? But we're about to have one, so I'll have you a brand new family. It's fine.
Just need you to get rid of that.
I'm telling JT to get rid of Shelton.
I like that.
Can't get rid of me.
Yeah, we're stuck with you.
Me and Shelton might get rid of JT.
The wood chipper ready.
I didn't hear you. Shelton was talking. It's kind of loud in my ear.
Who wins the argument between JT and Shelton? That's what I want to know.
Why do you think Shelton's fist look like that?
Yeah, true. See? And just shut up, right?
Yeah.
I can't say what I really want to say.
Mr. Marbles?
Stupid words.
If you don't keep it down.
Got my fingers crossed for a little freaky deaky.
I got that up here somewhere too, so I think I can play it on FM radio. I haven't gotten in trouble for sound effects yet, so
That's cool. We'll go until we do. You know how we do. That's how we roll.
My fingers crossed for a little freaky deaky.
because I gotta be careful about which name you want to press.
And this one is also under Am I the A-hole? But I also feel like it needs to be like on r/petty. So am I the a-hole for making my husband sign a sheet that says we already had a conversation? Let me elaborate.
I don't know. I feel like my wife needs to do that.
I was reading it and was like, that's not a bad idea. I, 26 female, and my husband, 27 male, have been married for a year. We have been living together for a little over a year, about 2 months before we got married, and things are going pretty well. We don't have many problems. We each have our own chores. He takes out the trash, I wash the dishes, etc. The only problem him and I have is putting away groceries. I like buying little sugar packets. They're Splenda, and I just prefer using that for my coffee. He doesn't, so we have a separate container for normal sugar. I like dumping the Splenda sugar packets from its original box into a bigger box that we have because it takes up less space and just looks nicer in our pantry. I don't have containers for everything, just the sugar. Now, my husband knows this. He knows where the sugar goes. Every time we go grocery shopping and I buy a new box of my packets, I always dump them into the box we already have at home. When he puts away the groceries, he just puts the box away next to the container. This isn't what drives me crazy. I can easily just rip open the box, dump it where it belongs, and move on. I do this all the time. But what does drive me crazy is when he tells me, you never told me where the sugar goes. Even though we've had that conversation thousands of times. Last month, he said the same thing to me when I made a little comment about why he put the box of sugar packets in the pantry without dumping them. You never told me you threw the box away. Okay. I grabbed a piece of paper, wrote down the date, and wrote, explain to husband where sugar packets go, and handed it to him. He looked at me so confused, and I explained that I wanted him to sign it, confirming he has been explained where things go, and now he can't say that he hasn't heard it before. He got kind of angry, saying I was basically calling him stupid, but ended up signing it, so I would leave him alone. Fast forward to a week ago, when we got another tiny box of sugar packets. He put the groceries away, and of course, he didn't dump them. I confronted him, asking why the sugar box was just in the pantry, and he said he didn't know that I didn't like it like that. that he just put stuff away where he thought they belonged. I grabbed the paper he had signed a month ago and showed it to him, and he snapped. Said I was controlling it and obnoxious, and stormed out of the house. Wouldn't return my calls or text. I had to wait until he got home to apologize and explain it was just a dumb, petty argument and that I'd drop it forever. But it upsets me how often I have to remind him to do things. I remind him to take out the trash, put his dishes in the sink for me to wash, to do his laundry that I fold, and he can't open the box of sugar packets and put them in the container specifically dedicated for them. Am I being crazy? I know this was super petty of me, and that can make me the a-hole, but I don't think it's warranted that reaction from him. Edit, I am not opening the little sugar packets and dumping them into a bigger container. I don't know why people keep thinking this. I leave the sugar in the packets and just move the packets from the box they originally came in into another box with other sugar packets.
Is there something behind you opening that door? Let's stop for a second.
Yeah, that's the cat.
Okay. Also, there's no way in hell I'd ever put those sugar packets in that box.
Yep.
It wouldn't matter if I signed it with a cop in my house with a freaking notary republic. Ain't no way I'm consolidating sugar packets.
I will sue you. You wrote it.
Never do it. I would never do it. Ever. I would sign a paper every week too. Like, I just did that to shut you up for that week.
Imagine going to a divorce and a judge ruling in her favor because you signed all these things, and she's like, "This is the reason why we're divorcing."
But you signed it.
And and you signed it, and he's like, and it's like Judge Judy's like, "But you signed it, bro."
That was just to shut her up, Your Honor. She kept asking anything to shut her up.
I said, "I understand, but
I've had enough."
People have conversations with me at work. I'm like, well, was I looking at you when you said it, or was I just saying yes and?
Oh, my thing is like people tell me stuff, and I said, "What was my response?"
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't respond. Then I didn't hear you because I respond.
I never hear anything.
Then I didn't hear you because I respond to everything.
Were y'all talking?
I never listen. I can turn off the rest of the noise around me, and it makes people mad because they think I'm lying about it. I'm like, dude, I can't hear you, man. I'm not listening.
I have like auditory ADHD, like where even if you're talking, it sounds like Russian.
I just can't hear it. I don't listen to anything if I'm focused on something.
I'm like, I did not hear you.
I get that way too. I'm focused on something. In fact,
I specifically put a sign at my desk that says, just because I'm talking doesn't mean I'm talking to you. Ignore it. We're having a group meeting.
Yeah, JT gets on to me because I say a lot of stuff out loud. And he'll be like, "Oh, what'd you say?" And I'll be like, I don't know. What? Yeah, huh? I don't know. Was I talking out loud?
I said something?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't me. I mean, it was me, but I don't know what I was talking about. Don't even.
Betsy.
It was the other me. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and it feels like that. It really do be. I was like answering myself with my other self, and my other self answered out loud, and it wasn't me. And I was just like, I wouldn't even know, and I was supposed to be paying attention to what I was saying.
I was oblivious to the other two. Just
like it makes sense in my head. I just be talking though.
It makes sense in my head. I've got these crazy little notes laying around everywhere to myself. I put my pockets throughout the day, and I find them and I'm like, what does all this mean?
Well, see, we used to carry a book, and it's called a write this down book, because I know if I don't write it down, I know you have your phone, but then you have to go back. The phone doesn't help because you have to go into your phone, and as soon as you pick up your phone, you're like scrolling or whatever. You know, you go right to something else. You don't go back to your notes and the things that you wrote down. But with a book, it's an outside source. You have to physically write it. Physically writing helps you remember things, helps you remember how to write, because every time I go to write something, I'm like, how do our letters go again? It's been so long.
Paper. Studying with books and notes.
Yeah, because you when you write it down, it's how you learn. That's how we were taught. That's how we were taught to learn anyway. That's how schools taught us.
Yeah, when I was on the box or the ambulance, I carried a little 3x5 notepad in my pocket, and every call, whip it out. And I'd have like questions already pre-planned in my head, so that if no matter if there's bullets flying everywhere, I'm going, all right. So what's your date of birth? Are you ready for me?
Yeah, you never see them like really try to like mess with the paramedics and stuff, because they won't want you guys around when they get shot. They're pretty nice.
I don't like paper.
Why not?
That was random.
Well, a lot of my brothers and sisters became paper.
That's true.
Toothpicks and paper, I'm sure.
Yeah, at least they made out to be something useful. So
Yeah. They could have given a life like me.
It's too bad.
I just put
Someday I'll be
my
a real
podcast on my
boy.
YouTube channel.
oh great, you're gonna
Pinocchio.
get into that.
I'll go see Bobby first.
As soon as your legs are strong enough, Shelton, you should go.
Like Uncle Joe from Willy Wonka.
He
Or
jumped
Grandpa
right up to
Joe.
go he jumped right up to go to that candy factory.
Free candy. Hey, Charlie. What the?
You gotta do a little dance first.
Yeah, which is
Little
wild.
song dance number.
Never believed that I could fly over the moon in ecstasy, but nevertheless, I got a golden
Thank you.
ticket. I got a golden
I'm more like
chance
the
to be
grandma that's like in the new one when she's like, I like grapes. That was
Yeah.
me. I was like, I felt that.
Cabbage water again? It's all we can afford, Charlie.
You smell like
Scrumptious.
peanuts.
Grandma Georgina. Or was that
Cabbage
the other
water.
one?
I haven't seen the newest Wonka, so
It's
Boy,
good, actually. It's kind of like Sweeney Todd meets Willy Wonka, and it's like,
really,
It's like Dune meets Willy Wonka.
that's
I only
Sweeney Todd
feel
was
like that-
Sweeney Todd
I
was
only-
Charlie.
I feel like it's only appropriate to mix Sweeney Todd with Willy Wonka if it's still both Johnny Depp.
oh, that would be awesome.
Timothy Champagne and whatever his name is was old Blue Eyes, I call him.
Yeah. Your little nickname there? Little
You know,
pet name
because
for him?
he was on Dune with the blue eyes.
Yeah, oh.
I call him old Blue Eyes. Like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Old Blue Eyes.
I can't take him seriously after that SNL skit he did with Pete Davidson where they kept doing the
Ski.
never loved you, Mom. Yeah. Skirt.
I forgot about that until you just said that. Took it all back.
Is it Johnny Depp or Timothy Charlemagne?
Timothy.
Timothy
Chalamet.
Timothy Cheesecake.
Chalamet. I mean,
Timothy Chamillionaire.
Chamillin.
I haven't watched.
He's got that video from when he was in school about the statistics class. Statistics.
I don't remember that.
You should watch it. It's good. He did a rap for his statistics class and got an A.
We had to do something like that for one of my business classes, and we used Baby Got Back for it. And it was terrible, but great at the same time.
Yeah, I've wrote a couple parodies of songs.
Something I've never done is written like that.
Yeah.
Once you say something to write a book, but it's going to be a while. I got to figure out how to do this stuff first. So,
yeah. I think I've just let myself become like illiterate with technology. Just like,
well, I'll tell you, it would probably be helpful if I did because it seems like I'm in front of this thing all the time anymore. So,
Just a funny aside here. There is an r/Etsy circle jerk.
What?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Just this post just says, "Help! My crochet business is going down the toilet."
Oh, I know a knitting circle, but like, and
A knitting circle.
I can't imagine it.
Reddit is life, man.
And somebody said I'm having a war flashback.
If you ever need to find a product and the best one, just go to r/that product and you'll find the best one. That's how I found my giant flashlight.
Really?
Yeah, just look at reviews. It's like what kind you want and what the purpose is, and you'll find the best one.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Reddit has everything. It's how I solve all my IT problems.
There's r/food stamps.
Is there an r/Streamlabs?
Probably.
Probably.
Well, then I need to go to it because maybe they can solve the problem. Actually, it hasn't done it tonight that I've noticed. So
it will.
Yeah, we had that 2-hour mark. Yeah, so
I just heard it pop.
You make me paranoid.
I swear to God, I did.
Labs is listening. They're like, wrap it up.
That's it. All right, we're at an hour 40. Gotta go. So
there's a bunch of posts on Streamlabs, just no community. Let's see if there's a community. Yeah, there is. r/Streamlabs.
Well, I'll have to check it out.
2,500 members.
Wow. I have to have 2,500 more after a while.
Audio issues, please help. First post.
No.
Microphone and desktop audio records. They won't record together.
I knew it. It's not a conspiracy. It's real.
Well, it's UDP connection. That stuff gets all mixed up.
What? You do
The type of connection in the video and audio is called UDP. And it has to do with the packets.
Okay.
Like if there's a UDP and there's TCP. A TCP connection sends a packet, waits for the acknowledgement from the receiver before it sends another one. UDP just sends them. And that's the reason everything's kind of out of sync sometimes.
Huh. Is that the reason Shelton's heads and bodies moving and JP isn't even in the picture? So.
It's the UCP.
He was trying to see what I was doing, I think, and I was trying to scratch my ankle.
He's trying to scratch something else.
Got them fist. Maybe throwing hands.
I saw that new commercial for Manscaped, where the guy's jogging and he's got his 2 little kids running with him, and it's like little clones of him, and except they look like JT and their hair's all furry. And it didn't dawn on me until the end of the commercial. The 2 kids are beside him later, and he goes, they're bald, and he's putting down the Manscaped. He goes, yep, I took care of the boys. I was like, oh, that is good marketing.
That's so.
It was good marketing.
That's messed up.
The end of the commercial, fear. What the hell is this a commercial about?
Where can I see this?
No, I'm sure it's available on YouTube.
I don't get it.
It's the boys.
It's the boys.
You know, they look just like him. Manscaped. He represents the testicles, I believe.
I don't know.
Well, you can't say that word on the air because I know earlier tonight I heard Bobby sing "Penis Mutant Ninja Turtle" or something on.
It's because it's the medical name. It's not. There's a whole list.
Yeah, it didn't get flagged on WDJY. I turned that on. I heard Bobby singing that. I was like, oh, I paid to put this out. So.
You either get rid of me or you take what I give you. I got no in between.
Do you know how hard it is for me not to cuss for 2 hours?
I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Like,
no, you know how hard it is for me? That's my highlight. Screw you, Glenn.
I'm plastic. Dude, this commercial is glorious. This commercial is glorious, by the way.
Did you find it?
Oh, yeah.
Does it make more sense watching it?
Yeah. The boys. One of them's bald, one of them's not.
It took me a minute to get it until the end of it. I was like, okay, I get it now. It was when Cool.
They're in the groomsmen party and everybody's got their own 2 little boys in front of them.
See?
That's great marketing. It really is. It
Here,
took, but
I'll-
it took
And
me-
you know every dad sitting with the son's like, yeah, you know that's you guys, right? you know he is. You know.
Like,
it's-
I wish
it's
they would have something in front of the women. Like all the women had like a cat.
One little flower girl looking girl, you know, she's
Yeah.
little rose.
Like
She's holding a
one of
rose.
those- one of those ugly Mexican hairless cats, and one of them had like a strip down its back.
Shut up. No. Ah.
One looked like just a big bush.
Like one of them flat face cats.
It's like a Maine Coon cat.
Like it's got like a
No, the main-
like a snaggle tooth, and it's just looks crazy. Oh Lord.
Ladyscape.
What do they have a womanscape?
Yeah,
Where is it?
Ladyscape.
Ladyscape?
Well, I think they've had that for years. It's been under the guise of shaving your legs, but there's never been anything for men. I think it's kind of like powder your nose is going to the bathroom and shaving your legs, just shaving everything. It's been.
I
didn't-
guess. I don't know.
I don't shave my legs or under my arms, but do take care of the
Gross.
girls. The girls.
I was gonna say the girl.
Are you shaving
Was
your
it-
breast?
What does it look like? It was like
I was thinking of the hairy boob story from last time.
That's still, yeah, that's why when I said girls, I was like, I scared myself. It's like girls. I mean, girl. I'm like,
does it look like you're always wearing assless chaps? You don't shave your legs, but
I don't really, actually, my legs aren't that, like, I don't have really much hair on my
like
legs.
a reverse Chewbacca.
I do have hair under my arm now. Reverse Chewbacca. No, like, they're really not that hairy. Like, for real, though.
Really not. I don't know.
Thanks for confirming, JT. You could think
Yeah.
yeah, no, like,
That's just what you needed, JT. So I was waiting
JT's
on.
like, you got a couple of problems.
Yeah, voice your complaints. How about you, Shelton? Is it okay with you?
I don't even look. I'm always under the bed.
Yeah, well,
Creeper.
yeah. What's wrong with you, perv?
I hear a lot of action, but I don't get to see nothing. You idiots. They could at least put me on the dresser.
we had to hide you from the dog last night because he got scared.
Yeah.
He was
dog?
barking at him.
Then
Yeah,
there was a
this
big
one.
one that tried to eat me.
She didn't try to eat you.
She did.
She might have. She
You
probably thought
fucking
you were.
Wanted my leg. Then I would have been like Catherine Fernie and I have a peg.
I got this.
Or you could join Brenda's show. I mean, you know. So.
And be a flamingo.
Yeah, kickstand. I'm not making fun of the disabled. So
Hi, Brenda. You know you're out there watching us.
She's
Creepy
watching
little-
you for that child support.
yeah,
I'll never
Creepy
get it.
she's got her own thing going on right now. She's got her tinfoil hat on. So.
Aliens.
Let me know when she takes it off.
I'm gonna put mine on here soon. I've got this one is. I don't know if you were following our group chat, but this one's got my curiosity, so I may have to go down the rabbit hole on it. So
I've had to take a step back from the tinfoil for a minute. I get kind of in my head and I can't come out of it and have to have like a palate cleanser.
Yeah, it's good to cleanse yourself, actually. Not take on too many conspiracies at one time and to make it worry you. There's some things that you can't stop and change, you know.
Some people will tell me things like that are rooted in stuff they've heard their whole life. And I was like, look here, man, I got something you should read, man. I'm like, well, I'm that person now.
Nah, like
Hey, man.
the universe will send you stuff, you know, and you'll know, like, whether you want to, you'll hear it, you'll feel it.
People at work will make fun of Sasquatch stuff. They're like, hey, Just like you think Sasquatch is real. I'm like, hey man, Sasquatch is an interdimensional being, man. It comes from the world, man. And they're just looking at me like, what? They think I'm doing it. They think it's like a joke. And I'm like, no, man. They manipulate electronics, man. They're probably one in here with us right now, man.
Oh my God! With that,
I remember we got assigned to a fire station, me and Daryl, and the sergeant come to us and goes, "You two, you don't want to believe in ghosts, don't you? We got to talk. We've got a problem at the station." Sure enough, the station had a ghost.
He's like, "Who are you gonna call? Call Glenn and that other dude. They chase ghosts or whatever. Call them."
You gotta call. Get Glenn in here. That could be an SNL skit, by the way.
Okay.
Glenn, another guy.
It's like when they do the Hillbilly Medical Center. This is one of my favorite SNL skits.
Oh, well, that was filmed out of, or not filmed out of, but based on some characters out of the North Georgia mountains. So,
what's the Squidbillies? You mean?
Yeah,
the Squidbillies.
Yeah.
We did it, Joe.
So that's the wrong one. So
they sure did.
They did.
Joe sure did it.
They did it.
Joe didn't have a clue where he was at.
Augusta General Emergency Room.
Yeah. What about Augusta General?
I was looking for the Hillbilly Emergency Room.
Oh.
On SNL.
Is that where it was based out of?
It said Nadine Augustus General Emergency Room.
Sounds about right.
I don't know if you heard earlier, but Savannah, Georgia today, because of the St. Patrick's Day parade, had people passing out in the street from drinking the green beer in overheating. And the EMS was running out of ambulances and fire trucks to send.
My wife's cousin he's a lead salesman of a tequila place, and they were down in Savannah today, so it was pretty wild.
I just didn't see it being that.
It's pretty big. It's one of the biggest ones in the country.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, the temperature-wise, everything was that hot.
Hurry back.
Just a live show. Nothing to see here. So.
How hot was it, though?
I didn't think it was that. I mean, it was like...
Was it the green beer that was making them like... Was it the green? What they put in there for food coloring? They're like, we're out of food coloring. Just throw some of that green pine salt in there. It's fine.
They turned the whole town green, the river and everything. So, yeah, they're into a bit down there. So
that's so stupid. All for chasing the snakes. It was the pagans. It was like literally you were celebrating the Catholic Church taking over paganism and
that's right.
Culture.
Aren't we all heathens?
Ireland. Well, yeah, sure.
A bunch of heathens.
Yeah. The Catholic Church has killed more people under the name of God than anybody else in the world.
They had it coming.
Did they?
They did.
I'd have been burned at the stake with the rest of the heathens.
I'd have flipped you after 2 minutes to make sure you weren't overdone, though.
Nah.
This is my favorite St. Patrick's Day shirt.
I got snake earrings to wear. I wear the snake earrings on. I got a whole snake. Like my friends this year, which is weird, they gave me a snake belt and I got rings and earrings to go.
You see what it says?
Yeah, I like that. Go on,
the snake, go on get.
Oh my God.
Tell me you own that.
That's funny.
You know, he was actually German.
No,
Yeah, I mean, Catholicism was big in the world, you know?
It was in Ethiopia.
You either went with a church or you got crusaded.
As
you like being crusaded?
Bring it back.
They're about to, don't worry.
I think gas would be a lot cheaper if we could get rid of all the freaking heathens.
I think they just call it WW now, like 3 or something like that. It's coming though. Call it what you want to. Actually, if you translate WWW, it actually translates the old thing. It actually translates the number 666. Actually translates to WWW.
HTTPS.
I'll send you the thing. I just I
colon
can't-
//
colon for
Colon.
www. No, I mean, like a URL, https :// www.
yeah.
Yeah, I got it, Bob.
Slash
No, you
mark of the
don't.
beast.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
You never did send me, either of you, last week the Knoxville song. So of the
Oh, I
Blue
didn't.
Yeah,
Knoxville
Blue-
girl. That's right. You know, I'll do that right now. I'm thinking about
I
it.
sent the
'cause
psycho thing to everybody though.
You did do a good job.
Yes, we did.
It's just a
What about-
murder confession. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. What about that song? That girl that's getting over a bad breakup and started dating another dude, and he's a Tennessee fan, like her ex boyfriend. He said I got over him, started wearing Tennessee orange again.
I don't know.
It's from last year. It's from 2022 when it was cool to be a Tennessee fan for like a month and a half.
I remember that. And everybody was all happy, and then they weren't, and then you just didn't hear nothing no more. We just don't talk about it when it goes bad. That's how I know how bad the team's doing. Nobody will post nothing.
You don't have like violence in the street.
Well, not unless they win. When they win, they grab the goalpost and take it to the river. To the river.
Just destroy public property.
We love our kid. We spent, well, with the amount of money that those idiots spend, they probably own the goalpost anyway.
Well, I think that the fundraiser or Kickstarter or whatever you call it the next day, because they were going to make them pay for it, was already paid back in full before like the end of the business day. So
Well, it's about that time for me to go back under the bed.
no.
I kind of like to go to bed myself.
It's about that time for me to tell our WDJY listeners good night and thank you for tuning in this week. And make sure to tune in next week and check out our Friday show on WDJY where we have the Paranormal Guys. I'm not sure who's coming on this Friday, so but if you want, you can always come over to the Paranormal Guys with a Z and catch us live every Saturday night at 9 p.m. live. And every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. you can catch the Paranormal Guys with a Z and see what we're doing. We've got a couple cool artists and authors coming up next week. So, and everybody remember to check out Guyz Radio. And when we're live and online, you can call us at 1-888-88-YERGZ. So make sure to check out guyzradio.com and check us out on playback there. There's a lot of it there. Anything you want to plug real quick, Bobby, before I hit the button?
No, BobbyDizzle.com. All the episodes are on there.
Bobby
I got good stuff. I got scientists coming up. I got authors.
Scientists. That's a little smart for my crew. So
the one I had on Thursday night. One of the best episodes I've ever done.
Sweet.
Well, tell me about it. All right. Well, everybody at WDJY, have a nice night.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm Miranda Maverick, and when I'm in fight camp, I never listen to the Sportcat podcast.
All right. Who'd we lose?
JT.
We lost JT. Where'd JT go?
I don't know.
He's run off. Maybe it wasn't JT. Maybe it was Shelton. You got pee or something there? What was the... It's finally the time where Shelton can talk and he runs off. All right.
I think I'm about to bounce. I'm getting sleepy. I got coffee. I made one scoop's worth of coffee. I knew it'd get me through an hour. It did.
Well, I haven't been feeling that great this week, so it's not like I'm excited to do an extra hour or so. But we do.
One thing I'm looking for right now is forest rangers.
Forest rangers?
To do
I'm wondering,
interviews?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I can get them to like talk. I don't really want to tell people that I'm doing Bigfoot stuff. I want them to talk about strange stuff that happens, and sort of like I'm trying to try to circle around the whole subject matter to bring in people from the outside and then get them interested in the other stuff and kind of bring them in.
I kind of wanted to do that around my hometown with just the folks. I just wanted to be like, hey, if you've ever had a weird story, would you call my number and tell me about it? Like, just, and not be anything specific because, again, you don't want to give people ideas of what they thought it was, and you just want to hear their side of it, It
definitely probably work.
Yeah.
This new anthropology thing I got going on, man, it has been, those guys are smart and they have these little theories or hypotheses. It's been a good move. It's been very fulfilling. It's like I'm watching my own Rogan show.
Did you get in touch with that guy? Give you the info on
Joseph Sowell?
No. The guy up in Antarctica.
Oh, yeah. What was his name? Becker?
I think so.
I did. Somebody else got me in touch
He's
with
in
him too.
Antarctica. I'd really like to.
He told me. Damn, was that you?
You don't think I'm capable of giving you quality guesses? Is that what this is, Bobby?
It's not good.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
But if it's the same one, because somebody else, Nagy, G-Man sent me. He actually told him that he is. Come on. Hecker. Was it Hecker?
I don't remember. It's been so
I can't remember. I can't remember what you sent me.
It was a guy that was doing the
Picture of his
woolly
Hecker.
Yeah,
He was doing the what?
They're cloning the woolly mammoths with the elephant.
Yeah, they're supposed
the
to have that
scientist.
done.
Yes.
Bobby forgot in the 3.5 seconds what we're doing.
Well, I've got two of them. I got
Two
two Antarctica
scientists.
people.
One
One
with
is
the-
Hecker.
One with the mammoth and one without.
Yeah, the Hecker guy, he had a bunch of experiences up there. I can't remember what it was, but somebody recommended me to him. So he's like, yeah, sure. Then I reach out and he goes, I'll come on there, but I don't want to tell my story from scratch. So you're going to have to watch some of my stuff and just talk about what's happened since.
Ooh.
Which I thought was kind of strange. He goes, I guess he just want to start from the bottom like he's on the show.
I bet he's tired of telling his story.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And you could all, yeah, right. And you can always get on there and give a little back play before you have him on the show, like especially like if you don't do them live anymore, if you just record it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. He was he said I could do that at some point, just not heads up. I'm not looking to hash out my whole story from chapter 1. I'm hoping people have some familiarity. I was like, yeah, I've said if most people who are noted at all, I kind of just assume that they know, and I start at like chapter 2. I've done that before. Like everybody knows who this person is. Let's talk about this.
If you don't, here's your stuff. Look at them beforehand.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you're doing a podcast, people don't just have strangers on the show. You should do your homework about certain things.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Agreed.
I'm okay with it. I mean, he gave me a website to look at. My website to get from Deciphering.tv.
Well, have you looked him up yet? What experiences that you have?
I have. I've looked at some of it.
What was? I don't get some clues. What was? And the other guy's got discovered a woolly mammoth or
No, he's cloning one.
Oh, cloning one.
They say it's already been born, but they don't want to discuss it. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that rumor on the net.
Okay, so they tell us all about something that they're doing it, and then be like, "Oh, well, we can't tell you what happened." That sounds like some Jurassic.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen Jurassic
World.
World.
Interest, but that's all you're getting.
That's a Jurassic World move. Yeah. But I don't know. They're like, we haven't got the whole herd made yet, so we're gonna have them in the local nearest zoo.
Well, I just discovered. I was reading an article. There's certain islands and there's one off the coast of South Carolina where they take animals they've experimented on and they just dump them on the island, and humans can't go on that island. And the one in, I think it's sort of South Carolina, is all monkeys. It's all primates. They just dump them there on this island, and they leave them. After like the CDC's giving them all kinds of stuff, they just dump them there. I was like, that's crazy.
So their own like Isla Nublar or whatever the.
They got their own ecosystem over there. So,
what about that island off the coast of South America that humans aren't allowed to go on because of all the poisonous snakes?
Yes,
that's a cool one.
I saw that one. I think it was on Mr. Ballin. And then there's the one with the coconut crabs.
Yes,
that was on
God, they're huge.
Octonauts.
Those are huge.
Well, no, I was fully down for the. I'd watched a video where, whoever these people were had pretty set out. It was very convincing that, like, look, this is where Amelia Earhart's plane landed, and they can't find anything because all the crabs ate them.
Well, then, but like, you can look up go down certain rabbit holes, and apparently Amelia Earhart never died, and she's still.
And then I just saw something not too long ago that they finally found them.
Yeah, they finally found their plane.
It's funny that this guy's last name is Wooler.
Morgan Island is the name of that weird monkey island, by the way. I'm over here like, what?
You're going to swim out to it now.
I'm like, we could get a monkey. I would love to, like, you're not allowed on them, but you can kayak and you can boat there. And there is like which is just like, if they catch you, you're going to be in trouble. So you just need somebody else to go with you to drop you off. I mean, monkeys are pretty vicious. I mean, I got to see what kind of monkeys are on this island. I don't think it's like chimps. I can get my face ripped off, but like.
PETA after me.
I was going to say, like, if they're just
able to swim out to the boats.
You know what's creepy though? Okay, so yeah, they can't. So it's the South Carolina. It is Department of Natural Resources owns Morgan Island, right? But there's a company called Alpha Genesis Inc. that is responsible for feeding the monkeys. That's like a weird name for monkey feeders. Alpha Genesis Inc. Okay, so like, and just just weird. Anywho, they're like, they can only have this certain diet because they're
like on Jurassic Park where they had the lysine.
This is like Dr. Monroe's Island. What do you mean? It's Dr. Morgan's Island.
Val Kilmer?
Yeah. Oh, they're making a new one. Supposedly making a new one with Anthony Hopkins as Dr. Monroe.
Who was Dr. Monroe in the old one? It was Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando, yeah.
And it was, yeah. What the hell? It's a weird movie.
I love that. Yeah, the newer one with the Val Kilmer and that other dude who played in, like Harry Potter and whatnot. It was really good. It was weird.
Big fat Marlon Brando. I watched a podcast reviewing that movie talking about how Marlon Brando didn't want to be there and he was just a dick the whole time. It's not fun to work with as a evil scientist.
Well, look at that. I mean, I'm sure he had that makeup on and you could tell that he was supposed to look hot, but you could tell that wasn't just acting. That was like real sweat and that makeup was running in his eyes constantly.
That was a weird movie.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. So anyway, that's exactly how I'm picturing this island off the coast of South Carolina with all these weird monkeys that Genesis Inc. feeds.
We got the monkeys. We got the monkeys.
Just so you think it would just be like South Carolina Wildlife feeds them, right? Because they own the island. You think that so it'd be like Monkeys Inc., Monkey Feeders Company. Just something that didn't sound weird and rabbit hole-ish.
Yeah, that does make you want to go down the hole. So.
Sounds like a big company off a movie that's doing shady.
Like InGen from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that. Why wouldn't they just let them survive on their own, get their own food, and have their own little ecosystem?
I guess. What?
Yeah. So Alpha Genesis is part of the Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center.
Yeah.
So the
I didn't even need anybody. Exactly. I didn't need anybody to tell me that.
They provide the highest quality non-human primate products and bio research services worldwide.
Non-primate?
Non-human primate products.
Non-human primate products. Okay.
That island's not too far away from other ones.
Wait
Let's
till
stop it from getting on a
Sasquatch
log
about
and
this.
floating over there.
With a client base that extends across North America, Europe, and Asia, we are dedicated to providing the best and most cost-effective primate research and development support to the scientific community.
Oh, we need to find one of those.
Biomedical research right below that.
I just had a feeling, and that's why people aren't allowed. Because if you get bit by one of the monkeys, you could turn into like
AGI specializes in providing specific pathogen-free non-human primate models to the biomedical research community.
I don't believe them.
Oh, yeah, we need to get one of their people on their show.
Sounds like some.
Yeah.
Primate Research Center maintains a team of high-quality professionals who work diligently in the development and execution of a vast range of non-human primate contract research applications.
Keyword their execution.
They provide numerous non-human primate biological products and materials, including serum, plasma, whole blood, PBMC, and tissue samples from a wide variety of research species.
I know some wild stuff. Nobody just leaves an island full of monkeys without something going on. They're like they're sick. There's probably something wrong with them, and they're watching them to see how it moves through the troop.
Primate housing and CDC quarantine.
Why?
Oh yeah, I knew it had something to do with the CDC here in Atlanta.
AGI provides enriched housing facilities for non-human primates in both CDC quarantine and non-quarantine settings at a cost-effective per diem basis.
Have you seen how close this island is to everything else? That's not quarantine.
I didn't go this far down the hole. I just found out about yesterday.
It's like right there. It's like in the. It's barely an island.
That's well. That's why it probably is quarantined. It's probably watched 24/7.
Yeah, it's probably got something.
It's 500 feet away at its narrowest from another island. What's stopping a monkey from getting on a log and floating?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what if they gave these monkeys some steroids, and they're like, "Hey, we figured out how to swim. We can just head on over to the beach."
And there's like a little neighborhood right across the bay from it. That's 3,000 feet easily to the monkeys. They can get that on a kayak.
If monkeys can only kayak.
This website is not making it any better for anything. When I searched under primate bioproducts, pricing for biological products and materials is highly competitive within the industry, and our rapid turnaround for specialized consumer requests is second to none. AGI biological products and materials come directly from our AAALAC accredited facility located within the United States and are shipped overnight according to individual client specifications. AGI delivers primate bioproducts worldwide in accordance with all international shipping and permitted guidelines, including CITES, I guess. Biological product materials meeting specific origin, age, and sex requirements can be prepared as pooled or individual tubes, aliquoted, stored, and shipped at a specified temperature according to your needs.
What do you need? I mean,
I'm wondering. Hey, you can call and ask them. There's a number.
I don't even know what I'd ask them.
Or you can visit their Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn page.
Of course, I have a Facebook page. Everybody has a Facebook page. Everybody has a Facebook page.
Oh, let's see what career opportunities they have.
Career opportunities.
Animal care manager, clinical veterinarian, and veterinarian animal care technicians.
So, do you have to go out to the island?
Go out to the island with a BB gun?
Dart gun.
Well, let's see what their ethics are.
They can't have very good ethics.
Space is paranormal.
Yeah, we need to try and find somebody from there and get them on the show to talk about this. Because, yeah, I just found out about that island yesterday. I was like, I didn't know that existed. But apparently, there's like more than one of those around the country.
Well, they do have an email, so we can email them.
There you go. You can we'll absolutely email them. I use my bbizzle.com email address.
Yeah.
I mean, the government comes up with
They have an enrichment program, a monkey enrichment program.
a monkey enrichment program.
The AGI Monkey Environmental Enrichment Program is designed to promote the psychological well-being of all monkeys under our care. They have developed and implemented sophisticated environmental enrichment procedures designed to address the specific social needs of each monkey species and to encourage and enable the expression of normative species-appropriate behaviors.
Huh. Kind of creepy.
This sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Sounds like an ARG, real world interactive role play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like anything. I don't know. I'd like to find out more though.
The primates at their accredited facilities receive the most scientifically proven environmental enrichment in order to enhance quality of life as well as physical and psychological health and well-being. I feel like maybe their physical and psychological well-being would be a little bit better if maybe they went there.
If they weren't trapped.
Oh no, they're on an island.
So,
South
okay.
Carolina. It's like a vacation spot.
Medical accomplishment. So this is under the benefit. Medical accomplishments attributed to non-human primate research in the last century include the cures for and/or advancement in the treatment of typhoid fever, mumps, rheumatoid arthritis, polio, cancer chemotherapy, yellow fever, German measles, corneal transplants, anti-rejection drugs, depression, anxiety, phobias, Parkinson's disease, HIV, diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease, among many others. Clearly, the benefits of non-human primate research to the well-being of the world's human population are varied and many. The scientific and medical communities could not do what they do without them.
Oh, I don't believe that a bit.
Yeah.
This is fishy as hell.
And I want to know, how do you know if a gorilla has a phobia?
Yeah.
Or anxiety?
Maybe they just don't like you sticking your finger in its face.
Yeah, no kidding.
I wouldn't want to deal with an anxious gorilla.
No, those things are huge.
Gorilla wanting caffeine and some time to itself.
I don't want to deal with a depressed gorilla. And who's just like, hey, you know how we should try out these corneal transplants on some gorillas?
Yeah, I just don't see that as a good thing. Yeah, we need to try and find somebody and get one of their people on our show so we can find out more info. Yeah.
Okay, so they also give back. So they are AGI is dedicated to promoting the health and well-being of monkeys and all other living creatures. Below are some of the many organizations AGI endorses in our efforts to create a better world for all of us. The AAA LAC International, AA LAS, American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, American Red Cross, Association of Primate Veterinarians, Autism Speaks, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Doctors Without Borders, the Foundation of Biomedical Research, Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, World Wildlife Fund, and a bunch of universities.
Yeah, sounds shady. We should check on it.
We should go out there to it. I got kayaks, really expensive ones.
I'm in.
And a pretty good looking 22 rifle. So
yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm game.
Come back with 75 monkeys.
I'll watch from a safe distance with my binoculars.
We'll have a emergency team, a go team that'll come rescue us if something happens. So.
We'll make sure you guys are all vaxxed up before you go.
Nah, ain't no fun.
That's what happens when one monkey bites you. You're suddenly vaxxed by 50 things. So.
Fair.
I'm immune to smallpox now. Look at there.
Exactly.
Why do I want a banana and throw my own poop?
I didn't want that yesterday.
You know, that tree out front is just looking real nice right now for some reason.
Go climb it. Yeah, we need to check it out.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wind the show down, guys. What do you think?
I'm talking to a potential guest right now too. Be willing and dealing.
That's how it is. Well,
hey, I got to multitask.
Well, when you are the Bee Dizzle, you have to.
It's called Two Face Podcast, and this guy builds paranormal equipment for his living, and they're in Las Vegas. And they said we can collaborate. Yeah.
Can he get me to meet Zach Baggins?
Yeah, I said, do you ever take your equipment and test it on Zach Bacon's stuff?
Let's see. I just got.
I'll tell you, if y'all ever want to watch the most ridiculous thing, watch them go to Joe Exotic's place.
Joe Exotic place. What are you talking about with?
I think it was. I don't remember which site it was on. I think it might have been on HBO Max, but it was like Ghost Adventures Go to Joe Exotic Zoo. And it was the most ridiculous thing I ever watched. And I knew going into it, I was like, this is going to be insane. But it was worth it.
Cool. Well, next week I was looking up because I just saw it pop up. I got an email from Anthony Cairo. He sent me his IMDb page, and
He had quite a stuff on him.
Man and Universal Monsters and Neurotics Children of the Night and their Hang-Ups. Yeah, he's got some interesting stuff. So,
What was it? Why is Cal drawing stick figures at 3 a.m. in the 22nd century? I think that was one of them.
Yeah, I think that's the second guest. But yeah, so next week's going to be like at Horror Fest. So cool. All right. Well, he confirmed for next week, so that's cool. So that'll be a good show. He's a producer. He's in Thailand right now. He's messaged me. He said, "Is it okay if we do the show from Thailand?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm in Georgia. You do it from wherever the hell you want to do it from." So yeah, cool. So he confirmed, and I'm working on this other author I'm trying to do a special show with, so that should be kind of cool. Kind of weird. I don't know what it's about, so.
No, I thought I read that right. Yeah, he wrote the sci-fi novelette, Why is Cal Drawing Stick Figures at 3 a.m. in the 22nd century?
Okay.
I was like, oh, I got to know what that's about.
Yeah, he appears to be an interesting fella, so I can't wait to talk to him. And then we have the guy on the Grid and Guardian show that Bobby and I have been talking to for so long, the Iraq soldier who was trying to connect with his mother. He's coming on the Grid and Guardian show. He wants to talk about challenge coins, so haven't managed to get through much of his book yet, so I've got like 5 of them. I'm a little behind on my book reading at the moment.
I started some of it. It's very well written from what I've read so far.
Oh, did I send you that book too? Okay. I did. All right. I've got so many of them right now.
He's going to send it to me, but I don't know when I'm going to have time to read it. But I really want to. I like all the people we talk to in these podcasts. I'll make the little books that have little stories in them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
those are my favorite kind of books.
A lot of his isn't super long. What makes so much of it so long is because there are pictures throughout it.
Oh, say more.
And I think I could be wrong. I haven't read it all yet. But some of it, the way that they're styled, it almost looks like they might be poems or just shorter stories on each page. So it's not 250 pages of just straight story. There's pictures in there.
Good. And I also got the lady from that had the near-death experience. I Am Deathless. She's coming back. I didn't realize the reason she goes to this was because she was in Australia on book tour, and she had an emergency surgery and got stuck over there. So had another near-death experience apparently over there. So
Lord, stuck with the giant spiders over there.
Everything in Australia wants to kill you. So Bobby, what do you got coming up?
Oh, I just got my usual weekly podcast. A lot of ones I've worked hard to get in lately, and they're all science kind of based, kind of people with authors and books. And no, I don't have a lot of whack jobs coming up, which is weird. I do have a couple that are in the tank that are sort of like that, but they're real fun ones. I think I got the Mid Florida. What is that called? That forest down there? Not the Everglades, but Ocala. They work kind of close to where Marie works too. But yeah, I got that bunch coming up too.
And the Bigfoot man. Please don't tell me that.
They got sand and rattlesnakes.
No, I'm asking, you didn't get Dr. J and the Bigfoot man.
No. I thought you meant no. I don't have them.
Okay,
I'm kind of straying away from people like that have Bigfoot like in their name, like Dave's Bigfoot.
Yeah, stay away from Dr. J and the Bigfoot man. It's a good rhyme, but it's about all it's got going for it. I got a story there, but we'll leave it. Shay, you've got a Kickstarter out. Well, I guess you don't necessarily, but
I'm just keeping it going.
If it takes off and goes well, you won't have to work again a day in your life. So we want to make sure that gets well supported. So tell everybody about it.
So I believe we have about 2 weeks left. We've got some some new tiers that are going to be popping up for things that Travis is doing for Death Rain Gehenna. You can check that out on my Facebook. You can look up Death Rain Gehenna on Facebook and Kickstarter. And you can also find updates on that on both mine and J. Travis Smith's Facebook page.
Cool. Yeah, make sure to check it out. Sporty, let's get those last 2 weeks done. So Shay can stay home and like send him off to the print and press every day. She doesn't have to work again. So then I can have a personal assistant. So.
I don't know that I want one.
Some days I do feel like I want one. Holy cow! So
You just shoot me people to email. I'll just do that all day.
okay, I can do that. So, God knows. Well, I should shoot you some of the emails I get. I still don't understand why Bobby doesn't want to do the grandma that has the sells.
I
the
did
adult.
the lady of the evening at one time, and that was enough for me.
But she was legit. This is a grandma that sells adult products, and she wants two men's opinions on it. So I almost want to do this. I don't know why. Maybe we should just tape it.
It would be a fun Misfits, I'll tell you that.
Yes, it would. It might be one that would never make the radio.
We'll just sit back with like our whiteboards and we'll rate each one.
Does she give to us? Never mind.
You don't go there.
I've already got enough crazy in my life, so.
You don't need a crazy grandma.
I don't. My girl didn't message me or show up on the show tonight, so kind of got my feelings hurt about that. So
I'm okay with it.
She talked to you enough earlier, so
I couldn't handle that one night. We had an actual guest on, and she started doing that. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Get rid of her.
Yeah, Ross was even like, "You turned up a phone bill." It's like, yeah, I know. So
For zero value added.
That's kind of what everybody says about me on Helen's my show.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
depends on the day.
Probably great when the B Dizzle shows up.
6 one, half dozen the other.
All right, well, maybe next week I'll have more energy and feel better. I'll be in Florida next week. Should be better. I'm going to do it in Bermuda Shore.
Soak up all the sun rays.
We'll do it drinking a beer noon.
Gross.
Out. Peace.